Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here on KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Laura Papetti. Let's take a look here at the top of the news hour at the weather with Thomas Patrick. He is outside. Meteorologist, what do you know? It is really starting to be much more like fall this week.
Yeah, and funny enough, today is probably the perfect example of that because the sunshine should warm us up. However, the cold front that passed through this morning should cool us down. So both those factors combined give us actually a pretty average day today. And we'll expect things up into the upper 60s, maybe around 70 degrees if that sunshine really wants to win out. So it's this cold front here that passed through at around 5 o'clock this morning in Spokane. It did provide a bit of light rain in the super early morning hours. I'm talking between 2 and 6 a.m. Unfortunately, a whopping 1/100th of an inch of rain total. I know some areas likely got a little bit more than that, but it was a nice light rainfall through the morning. But things have really cleared out, especially on the west side of that cold front, the backside behind it. So now things are basically just sunny for the rest of the day, waiting for the next storm system to arrive, which won't be until much later on for tonight. So here's the current temperature at 62 degrees. Again, the sunshine really warming us up pretty nicely, but the cold front keeping the temperatures in check and the fall colors just starting to appear. I would still call it partial here in Spokane, but I'm noticing quite a few red leaves on a few of these trees. So starting to look nice as we inch closer towards the peak fall foliage season, which would be in a couple weeks' time. But I'm still tracking a few more rain chances through the course of this fall-like week. So we'll have more details on that in a few minutes.
Today, investigators continue to uncover details about the Medical Lake shooting that happened last weekend. We now know the person killed in that shooting was Colleen Hendrickson. She worked as a guard for Eastern State Hospital, and Hendrickson's family says the shooter killed her in the parking lot of the hospital. Her stepbrother posted a memorial saying he will remember her unique chuckle and the way she made everyone feel at home. He said, quote, "Her light will continue to shine through those who loved her." The sheriff's office says when they got to the hospital, they did exchange gunfire and a deputy shot and killed the shooter. We still don't know anything about the shooter or what the motive may have been. And then this, the man accused of shooting a WSU football player is now in the Spokane County Jail on his way to Whitman County. A newly filed motion says Ja'Cory Buchanan wants to be let go without bond. The filing says his family members are asking the court to release him to their care. Buchanan is accused of shooting WSU redshirt freshman Sonia Falialo, at an Apple Cup after party. Right now, we still don't know when Buchanan will be transported to Whitman County, and there is no court hearing scheduled in his assault case. Also, we do know the identity of one man who died in last week's South Hill shooting. He was 37-year-old Terrence Willett. He was one of two men that were killed in that shooting, and a third person was sent to the hospital in critical condition. This happened on 34th Avenue last Wednesday night, and we are still waiting for the medical examiner to release the name of the other person who died. Idaho ranks among the lowest in the nation for physicians per capita. One Idaho doctor says the first step in changing that, he believes, is investing more in state residency programs. Out of the 160 medical specialties recognized nationwide, Idaho only offers 4 residency programs. Dr. Joseph Saad completed medical school at Idaho College of Osteopathic Medicine, but then had to leave the state to complete his residency program. He eventually came back to Idaho to work, but certainly that's not the case for everyone. Of his graduating class of 145 students, only about a dozen now practice within the state of Idaho.
Everyone in the front lines, nurses, doctors, everybody is just getting killed just because, again, there's so many sick patients in the valley and not enough people to take care of them.
Dr. Suss says the solution is indeed getting more residency programs in Idaho so aspiring doctors can stay local and continue to practice. For the second time in 2 years, the Spokane Regional Health District is changing administrative leaders. Their administrative officer, Alicia Thompson, resigned. A spokesperson for SRHD says they cannot comment on the details of the resignation. Spokane Regional Health District staff say they are now in the early stages of finding a new administrative officer, and for now, the Board of Health has appointed 2 people to serve in that position on a temporary basis. All right, right now we are taking a live look as city and county leaders from Spokane and Spokane Valley are talking about a new safe and healthy task force. Among the issues the task force wants to address, overcrowding in the county jail and behavioral health issues. The new efforts were announced back in May of this year, and prior to that, Spokane County voters rejected a tax measure that would have allocated additional funds for the county jail. KREM Shannon Mowdy is at this news conference right now, and we'll certainly have updates throughout the day.